Good morning everyone from our Minnesota farm. As you can see this morning I'm hauling corn, still waiting to get some soybeans in. It's still plenty muddy out there, not a lot of action in the country. You can see there's lots of mud around yet. I always enjoy just looking around the country up here in these on top of these bins. It's really quiet out there because the field conditions just aren't real good for planting soybeans yet. This is the latest I've ever started soybeans, by far. But there's always other things to do and get done on the farm. Well, here we are at the elevator, folks. Sorry about the bugs on the windshield. They're hauling a lot of corn at night. They're hauling a lot of corn at night, and the bugs have really been out. Show you the process we go through at this elevator. Here we've got a probe. The probe is separate from the scale on this one, so I'll let you see how that works. So what you're going to see here is the probe taking a sample of the grain trailer. They'll take a sample in the back of the grain trailer, they'll swing around to the front, they'll take a grain sample of the front. And really all it is just like a vacuum. It's just sucking up air, which sucks up the grain into the tube. And then from the tube it sends it right into the office where they test the corn. And you'll see that on the wall there as Patrick explains how that works. Now we're just going to move around onto the scale, and they're going to take the gross weight of the grain in the truck, and when we are done and empty, we'll be coming back then to weigh out the truck separate. A really nice thing they have nowadays is they've got the readout for the trucker out here on your weight, which is really nice, especially when you're loading off the farm. It really helps me keep track of how much my truck is weighing so I don't go overweight. Okay, Patrick's going to show us how what he does with the grain and how he goes through all his procedures here.
So after I probe you, which you saw, it comes into my collection box where I'm going to dump in the pail and then run it through our divider, which is 50-50 split. Half of it's going to go test moisture, other half we're going to test FM. So that's what we do now. It's going to be loud. hardly anything is wrong.
That's good. And the moisture readout reads 15.2%, as you can see.
Almost 61 test pounds. I think you're good to go, Jim.
Okay, thank you. So once we got the corn tested, we take off for the pit and we dump the corn, and then we come right back to the scale once again. Here's a view of when I dump on the inside pit. And then I'll give you a couple of views here when I dump on the outside pit. The outside pit is always a little bit more enjoyable, I think. You're out in the fresh air and so forth, unless it's raining. Then, of course, I'd rather be on the inside. Now we're headed back up onto the scale, of course, to weigh the truck empty. And therefore they'll take the gross weight, they'll minus off the truck weight, and therefore you've got your grain weight. Then that grain weight they'll divide by 56, because 56 pounds is your standard weight of a bushel of corn. We actually don't sell corn by volume, you actually sell it by weight. Now we're back here and they're going to run the ticket through. And then we get a copy. There we are, we're all done and ready to head back to the bin to load up another load. Okay, here we are back at the bin site to load up another load. While we're waiting for the load to fill there, I've just come out to the field of corn that I had planted a couple weeks ago, and just checking for spacing, because I know spacing is going to be my worst issue this year. As we can see here, we've got some corn coming up here, and then we have it here. And when I'm talking spacing, I mean between one plant to the next plant. And right here isn't too bad. I really rushed it this year, so I was quite concerned that that spacing wasn't going to be good at all. But right here it's not looking bad. I suspect some spots isn't going to be quite as good as this, but as you can see, all these corn plants are just poking through the ground. And we do have fairly respectable spacing right here, even though I pushed it. But last year had excellent spacing, very happy with it, probably the best I've ever had. It was really nice. However, this year I'm not expecting it's going to be perfect just because I rushed it. As you're rushing it, those seeds are going through those meters pretty fast down those tubes. Any little bounce in that planting unit can cause a problem in your spacing as well. So, but so far looks fairly respectable. Quite pleased right here actually. Thank you for joining us once again here at our Minnesota farm. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment. I'd love to hear your comments as well.